Our ghetto was an open ghetto. There was no barbed wire around it. And at certain times of the day, like from 11 to 1 o'clock, you could go out into the market. You could go and purchase food if you had money. The first action was in September 42. We knew from other places that we needed to make bunkers. So every house had at least 2 or 3 bunkers. We made bunkers without other people in the house knowing where they were, because we were afraid if some bunkers were discovered, they would make the other people tell where the bunkers were. People would give up their neighbors to save their own lives. Plus, the Germans would put in a non-Jewish family into every house. In our house, we had a widow with her daughter. She was spying on us to let the Germans know if there was a bunker. Our bunker was part of a cellar closed off. A hole was made in the kitchen with a ladder going down. And we had a bench inside. About 20 people went into that bunker. And the stove was moved on top. When the Germans left, we came out. That was the first action. But 800 people were sent to Belzec and some to Janovska. And about 100 old and sick were taken to the cemetery. They made them dig their own grave and shot them at the cemetery. The second action, between 2 houses, there was an alley that was closed off from both sides of the street. Next door, there was a room, and it had a wall with wood slats. They pulled out some slats, and we crawled in 120 people into the alley. And then the last person in pulled the slats in, and it was a rickety affair. Only God saved us in that time. The Germans came next door. They knocked on walls. They looked. We were sitting right next to the slats. I was a child of 5 years old. They were shining the flashlights, and the light was going right through the slats. I don't know how they did not see us. As soon as they went away, there was a woman with a small child. The child started crying. The Germans came back. They started knocking on the wall again. The child stopped just before they came. The child stopped crying. They knocked, they looked, again the flashlight. As soon as they left, the child started crying again. The people said, "Give us the child. You can't give us all up for a child." They were going to force the child out of her hands. She took the child, she passed all these people by, she went out. About 2 minutes later, we heard shots. That was action number 2, March 43. That was the worst action. 400 people were sent away to Belzec.